Rain in the valley and snow in the Sierra. We're seeing some activity tonight.
But things will really start to ramp up later tonight and into tomorrow morning, and it'll be wet and windy. Today's unsettled weather, take a look, created this funnel cloud over San Joaquin County. Shannon Witcher says she was driving through the Tracy area this afternoon when she got these pictures, and you can clearly see the well-defined funnel cloud dropping out from that cloud. And then Twilla Bolden also sent us a picture as the funnel cloud moved over the Tracy area today.
In the mountains, snow is falling tonight, but it's more of that wet, heavy Sierra snow. On the left, you can see here a look at conditions at I-80 in Kingvale. The roads are wet, but not snow covered, at least right now. The traffic is moving. That's the good news. On the right is Highway 50 at Twin Bridges. No serious problems right now, but getting over the summit could get a little sloppy over the next several hours. And we can give you this live look at the conditions tonight. It's a bit of a mixed bag out there. It's been cloudy in some areas, some rain showers in others, while the Sierra gets more snow. And we have more rain and snow heading our way, of course. So we want to start with Chief Meteorologist Mark Finan for what's happening out there right now. Mark.
Well, we have been seeing thunderstorms on again, off again throughout the day. They now appear to be dissipating. I can show you the last couple of hours. We saw some in San Joaquin County, Sacramento County, El Dorado County, as well as Placer County. But now they do appear to be weakening and moving off to the north. That kind of makes sense as we get closer to sunset. But you can see the leading edge of the next area of rain just off the coast. Here's the best thunderstorm activity we have now north of Highway 20 along Highway 49 and farther to the north. Still getting some lightning strikes in here, and still some pretty good downpours, but this is weaker than what we saw about a half an hour ago, and I think we'll continue to lose that as we go through the next hour or so. So let's look ahead to what we can expect during the day tomorrow as the main part of this storm rolls in. We are going to see heavy rain. Maybe as much as 1 to 2 inches of rain in the valley. And most of that will fall tomorrow morning. So for the morning commute tomorrow, it's going to be windy and wet. So let's talk about the winds. We will see winds gust to around 40 to 50. That's similar to what we saw last Thursday. Remember last Thursday night it was kind of windy? I think we'll have that again tomorrow morning. Strongest winds will be on the east side of the valley in the lower foothills, and that could be good enough to produce some scattered power outages. And then in terms of snow, the snow levels will be high, may even be as high as like 7,500 feet, but they'll also be from time to time below 6,500 feet, which means if you're traveling through the Sierra tomorrow, there are going to be chain controls from time to time and maybe even some periodic closures on 50, 80, as well as 88. Back to you.
Thank you, Mark. Things are fairly quiet in the Sierra tonight, but that is going to change.
KCRA 3's Orko Manna is live in Truckee tonight. So, Orko, what can people expect if they're traveling up there? What did you see on the way up?
Well, Andrea, right now there's a really light drizzle of rain, but 30 minutes ago we were seeing a little bit of a heavier rain. It's kind of been spotty on and off over the past couple hours since we've been out here. You can take a look at this huge cloud that is in the sky. It's a dark gray cloud. This is what we're seeing because of the conditions out here, expecting a lot more rain and snow, especially in the higher elevations later into the evening and overnight. And you mentioned the road conditions. We're taking a look at I-80 here in Truckee. We were on I-80, as I mentioned a couple hours ago, heading up here, and same story. It was pretty spotty. Some areas near Colfax and Dutch Flat were seeing more rain. When we were driving through, other areas were pretty clear. We did see a lot of water on the ground because of the rain that was popping up, so there are some slick conditions out there. Not too bad. There wasn't heavy traffic or any issues that we noticed, but a lot of road spray because of that water, so it's still important to take it slow. Caltrans had changed the required on I-80 for a couple hours in the afternoon, but those have been lifted. Right now there are no chains on I-80 in either direction, but again, because of the rain that is falling, we are expecting to see more slick conditions into the night and tomorrow with that atmospheric river coming into the area, so definitely something to keep an eye on if you're traveling into the Sierra. For now, reporting live in Truckee, Orko Manna, KCRA 3 News.
Orko, thanks so much. We'll check in with you tonight at 10 and 11. And the wet, heavy snow is causing roofs in South Lake Tahoe to buckle or even collapse. Take a look at this. South Lake Tahoe Fire and Rescue sent out these pictures over the weekend. The roof to a mobile home caved in from the weight of all of that snow. No one was home and no one was hurt. And the same thing is happening in North Lake Tahoe. Just a tremendous ice block there. The front entrance of Mike Rogi's home collapsed under the weight of all of that heavy snow. He said volunteers helped him and his family dig out of 8 feet of snow to get to the stairs on the porch. So a lot of weight of snow there, impacting a lot of people in North Lake Tahoe. And people in Tracy hope they won't see a repeat of the flooding they had last week, and now they're demanding the county do something about it.
Yeah, flooding has impacted more than a dozen homes along Chrisman Road. KCRA 3's Josie Hart has the concerns and what people want done.
Paul Alday gets help from neighbors as he works to clean up the aftermath of flooding that impacted his home and at least a dozen others during rainstorms this week. The water, they believe, came from the nearby Coral Hollow Creek.
A couple of our neighbors went down there yesterday and they said there's big old huge trees, tree limbs, and it just stopping the water, so it backs up there, and I guess that's where it's overflowing.
County officials confirmed and said they are seeing some challenges.
We understand the frustration of continual flooding. We have some constraints because of the creek is on private property and in a natural channel. And again, our records go back to 1915, but we think it may go back, we think the flooding may go back hundreds of years.
Residents are trying to use whatever materials they can to try to make a barrier to protect their homes, but they say that moving forward, they hope the county will also come up with a solution to redirect the water away from the homes here on Chrisman Road.
I think the county needs to talk to the property owners to see about clearing out the creek a little more, building the banks of the creek so it doesn't overflow.
County officials have been on site to survey the area and to hear residents' concerns. Tolliver says the county is working with local, state, and federal officials and updating their site studies to work out what improvements can be made.
A couple of the options that we looked at were a dam and reservoir option. Secondly, reconnecting the creek with San Joaquin River. And third, taking advantage of some quarry pits out there to use as a temporary detention basin. But by far the most practical measure is for us to focus flood risk on protecting individual structures. And there's federal assistance that can help with those types of improvements.
For now, Alday is having his own construction done to protect his home.
You know, that's going to take time, so while that happens, we still need to do what we need to do to protect our property.
In Tracy, Josie Hart, KCRA 3 News.
And county officials say they will be working to help people get federal assistance for improvements to protect their homes.
First responders are ready to respond to any emergency the storms might bring. And today, Sacramento firefighters were on the American River training for swift water rescues. In January alone, the team made 170 rescues in residential areas and homeless encampments. But as they get ready to respond, they're also coming across a few challenges.
Just the water flow. It's really moving and there's a lot of debris in the water. So it's just dangerous to be out on the water at all. Even if you're in a boat, it's still very dangerous. Lots of things to snag onto.
Despite the water rising on the American River, many of the homeless camps are still occupied. Sacramento County's weather respite program was activated on February 21st, sheltering more than 400 people through the motel voucher program. And the rain we're getting is helping to fill California reservoirs.
Sure is. And on Friday, water managers opened up the main spillway in Oroville. There it goes. Today, water managers said more water is flowing into Oroville than is going out. But they also say there is still plenty of room to capture and store all that runoff.
Yes, there is more water coming in. We are using that available space in the reservoir to capture those flows, but then it also provides us the ability in DWR to have controlled releases to the Feather River.
Water managers say the release is reducing flooding risks along the Feather River.
To Monterey County, a levee break has flooded the town of Pajaro. The flooding is extensive and the levee broke over the weekend. At its peak, the flooding covered nearly 3 square miles. About 550 people are now staying in temporary shelters. They know the damage to their property will be extensive.
I want to cry, but what's crying going to do, you know? It's just sad. So sad. Just wait for the water to go down and start rebuilding. You know, that's all we can do. Stay positive, and just not think of negative things, and you know, hope for the best.
Most people got out when the evacuation orders were issued, but some people chose to stay behind. The National Guard is now helping with any rescues at this point, and a strike team from Sonoma County is also helping with evacuations and rescues in that area. Emergency repairs on the broken levee are now underway and the flood waters are starting to recede. But the concern tonight is more rain is on the way and the river is expected to rise, and that has contractors working around the clock.
Report I got, they had repaired about only 30 feet of the levee, but that was earlier this morning, so I'm sure the work has progressed. But I do believe that we're going to get hit with the next storm before we can finish the job.
The plan is to raise the height of the temporary repair to get the water back into the channel. Until that's done, the water will continue to flow out into neighborhoods and ag lands.
And work is underway tonight in San Francisco to repair damages to an historic building over the weekend. A tree fell onto the roof of this clubhouse. It's covered in plywood and plastic tarps now. Crews hope it will be enough to prevent even more damage from occurring as more rain and wind moves in tonight. The house has a long history dating back to 1892. The tree caused major structural damage, and the city's Department of Recreation and Parks is now trying to see if it can be saved.
We're still trying to figure out how much damage has been caused throughout the building. Again, there was extensive water damage, extensive damage to the roof of the building.
A lot of history to it. I used to work for Park and Rec, so we had our meetings in there. I mean, they had weddings in there. They had all kind of events there.
Now, if the building can be saved, it will be a long-term reconstruction project. County Board of Supervisors will have to dedicate that funding, and right now, no one knows what it's going to cost to make those repairs.